Oh, hey friends, welcome to the vibes.
That was so good. That was so
Every show we like to give you guys some recommendations on
good.
what we've been bumping. With that being said, Darwin, what you got for us?
Honorable mention first up.
Mhm.
I got another black card movie. For your black card,
Mhm.
right?
This movie was kind
Uh,
of dope, though. I ain't gonna lie.
um, Jingle Jangle.
Mhm.
It's that time of year.
Yeah.
This is when we do it. It's Christmas, and so gotta get the Jingle Jangle under the belt. If you've never watched it before, it's on Netflix.
Do you have a favorite Christmas movie, by the way, or a movie you
Right?
like to watch during Christmas time?
Jingle Jangle.
Okay, but before Jingle Jangle,
What was
is there?
Christmas before Jingle Jangle? There was a
Okay,
Christmas
okay, fair
before
enough.
Jingle Jangle. Wait
Fair
a minute,
enough.
what?
Fair enough. Mhm.
But I mean, Christmas. I mean, I guess I like I like all the classics stuff like Home Alone and
Mhm.
stuff like that. Christmas movie. You
For some reason, in my head, I thought you were gonna say like Peanuts or something, but
yeah. I mean, I like
because you
all
grew up
those.
on Peanuts.
Yeah, I grew up on
So,
Peanuts. And I like all
yeah.
of course, from Halloween all the way to Christmas with the
Mm,
pumpkin patch, all the way to the little
mm,
the scrawny tiny Christmas tree.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And Peanuts were like, bro, that joint is sad, but you got to do what you got to do. I've had
Yeah.
trees like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just trying to make it happen, trying to
Trying to
make it
make it
work,
work.
right?
Yep.
But no, but like as of now, Jingle Jangle is my favorite for since it's been out,
Mm.
and this was in 2020. It was such a freaking so needed for it to be
It's a very good movie.
locked in the pandemic,
Mm.
and then for this joint to come out straight to Netflix. By the way,
Yeah.
which would have been crazy if it was trying to do theater performances.
I
Theater
think it
release.
would have did well if it went to the theaters. I think it would have did well.
Yeah, but like not during the pandemic. Like there's some movies
Yeah.
that try to force it. Like
Mm.
I think they pushed back that Mission and not Mission Impossible. Was it the Maverick movie? That Maverick, they had pushed that joint back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because so they did which still did good in the theater, but like they try to force it a lot of times. So
Mm.
Jingle Jangle, like I said, honorable mention. IMDb is 6.5 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes, though, is 90%, and Metacritic is 69%. So you
Mm.
kind of maybe take the average of those. You got a 7, an 8, and 9 right there. Maybe you get an 8. You know what I mean? They're calling it maybe an 8 out
Mm.
of 10 if you average it, maybe an 8, 8.5 kind of thing.
Mm.
But I think it's great. I think it's amazing. It's probably in terms of Christmas movies,
Yeah. It's definitely one
it's
of
a,
the new.
it's a 10.
Yeah. It's definitely one of the newer ones. That should be on your what's the word I'm looking for? That should be repeated as far as something that you watch every year for
Yo,
sure.
do you know this movie should have been nominated for like at very least, like I get it. It's a musical and it's supposed to be like a little. It's so hyper focused on like a season
Hmm.
specifically,
Hmm.
so it's not gonna be like even viewed. It's like the way that they
Yeah.
did like comic book movies. They're not even. They're not. The Academy's not gonna look at it like that at all.
Yeah.
But definitely at least for costume design.
Mm.
At least for costume design.
It was done very well. Yeah, it was done
Bro,
very
the
well.
costumes in there, the freaking
Mm.
hair and makeup for all these black folks. And
Mm.
it's a black ass movie. It's a central cast. And the
Yeah.
movie has nothing to do with their blackness. They
Yeah.
just happen to be black. Like,
Mm.
yo, this shit can still sell.
Mm.
Just because they're black, you think they can't sell globally. Like this movie is still great. Still
But let,
amazing
but
story
let's
for them
not
to tell.
let's not cap though. It's a black movie, man.
It's a
It
black
is,
movie.
bro. They even had Afro beats in that joint, man. Like, come
Yeah.
on, man.
But they had the white girl dancing the Afrobeat.
And then, yeah,
They
yeah,
had
I
the white
mean,
girl dancing Afrobeat.
but
So
you
you know what I mean?
you always get that one white
Diversity
girl
and
that's hip.
inclusion, right? Yeah, white folks
You
do
always
belong
get
too.
that. You always get that one white girl that's hip, but like it's
They can
black
get
for
it.
show. It's black for
This
show.
joint should be on Broadway, bro. If I
Yeah,
could see
it
this
would
on
go crazy on
Broadway,
Broadway. No cap. I would watch it on Broadway for sure.
bro,
I
that
think
joint
it
would
would
be
even be better on
so
Broadway.
nuts. Cause
Yeah.
it's a musical,
The
man. You know
musical,
what I mean?
yeah.
It's a freaking musical. It's like it's a freaking well shot musical, but
It's
on
very good.
Broadway, seeing it live, cause that joint just hit different on the stage.
Mm.
I think they should definitely. I know they're gonna do it. They're gonna have to do
They
it.
have to. Yeah.
So I would put it. I will put this thing on par. I think it's entered now the canon of, even outside of black, like, holiday movies. You have the Best Man Holiday.
Mhm.
So cause I started this off talking about Black Card. You know what I mean? So like,
Yeah.
at least black folks, you can't complain that, oh, they're not making stuff for us, and
Mm.
they're not giving us representation, all that stuff, when every black person should have this in their repertoire. If you're watching
Mm.
Miracle on 34th Street, my guy,
Mhm.
if you're watching Die
Yeah.
Hard, okay, you're doing all
It's a
that. You know
Christmas
what I mean?
classic. Yeah. Yeah.
These Christmas Home Alone.
Home
Y'all know
Alone.
y'all
Yeah.
be running back that Home Alone.
Absolutely.
Give this black movie some love. This honorable mention
Yeah.
right here. Jingle Jangle. I watch it
And they
every
got
year.
and they got some heavy hitters in
Faithful.
there too. Forrest Whitaker in that joint. They got some heavy
Forrest
hitters in
Whitaker
there.
is doing work
Yeah. Yeah.
in this joint. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
the
It's a
the young
legit
lady,
movie.
who is the lead actress. What's her name? Madeline Mills. She plays Journey. She's an actual Broadway performer.
Yeah.
This
That's
is why
dope.
it's like all theater stuff. Freaking
Mm.
Keegan Michael Key is in that bit. Plays a great
Ah,
antagonist.
yeah, yeah. Key, yep.
Plays a
Michael
great
Key, yep.
antagonist.
Yep, he
It's
does. He
freaking
does.
compelling and
You got
everything, and
Felicia,
like
you
great
got Felicia,
acting.
you got Felicia Rashad in that bit. Like Felicia
Bruh.
Rashad, she pops up in there. Yeah, they got some folks in there, man. They got some
Yeah.
folks in there for sure.
So Felicia Rashad plays, I'm no spoilers. I'm not gonna spoil it, but yeah, definitely go check out Jingle Jangle. It's on your Netflix. You don't even gotta go
Yeah.
nowhere.
Yeah, you can just go
Just you're
watch it
at
on Netflix.
home, you know what I mean? Y'all under the Christmas lights and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Throw
Mm-hmm.
that bit on and just make it part of your tradition. We did it. We've done that in our home, and hopefully you can add it to yours. I do have to do a mea culpa on something else. We talked about the Grammys last time. We talked about the nominees, and I kind of skated past a little too harshly Olivia Rodrigo. Olivia, Madam Olivia.
Mm-hmm.
What I said at the time, and I'm gonna own up to it, I said, oh, this is some cookie cutter shit.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
She don't belong on the list, right? And so I
Mm-hmm.
really dismissed it. And I thought about it after I said that, because I almost wanted to get those words back in my mouth, kind of thing. I just remembered, you know what? I did listen to it, but I didn't really listen to it close.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was really like multitasking, and I don't always have time to like dedicate specifically to like listen to an album and sit down and listen to it.
Mm-hmm.
But like sometimes, even if I'm multitasking, an artist or an album will like be doing something to me that like pulls me out of my mundane life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yo, nigga, are you listening? Pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
This shit goes. I'm like, and I'm listening. Wait a minute. Let me rewind that. Oh, this shit goes. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And like at the time, Olivia, your music, it didn't do that for me.
Yep.
Right. So
Yep.
I'll be honest. I didn't fully like engage it and listen to it. So that's why I like dismiss it as some cookie cutter. So I apologize for that. To say that it's not to I apologize for that, to be more specific.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I'm wrong. I'm apologizing to be more specific.
Yeah.
Because it's not that it's cookie cutter, because it's different from the stuff that we have now.
Mm.
But something about it, I was like, yo, this sounds so familiar.
Yeah.
It's punk rock. It's pop punk rock.
Yeah.
And it's specifically from a female voice, which I hadn't heard in a long time. I was like, you know what? It's been a minute. I forgot. Like, why does this sound so familiar? Why does it sound so like,
okay.
bro, think Avril Lavigne.
That's the person
Think
I was just thinking about.
Paramore.
Yeah.
This has been done. Evanescence and all this stuff. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like, that's what it is. This is just a rewash of this old sound. But I'm not gonna hate, because Bruno Mars did he had a whole resurgence because of you know what I mean?
Yeah, because he bringing back funk,
and 70s disco and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's bringing that stuff back. And so it's like, yeah, he could do his numbers, and we praise him for bringing it back and giving a new spin to it. I don't mind that, making it something new. And she did that. So it's not cookie cutter. It's cookie cutter maybe from like inspirational from previous generation, but she's good. Even Cranberries was another like lead female singer in a pop rock kind of thing, where we featured their song in that one episode, "The Kids Are Not All Right." You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Zombie, zombie. That was Cranberries. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? Which is kind of like, but here's the difference though with what Olivia is doing here. That kind of like didn't wake me up out of that stupor. Is that it's it's the pop part. It's not punk rock. It's not punk rock. You know what I mean? She did the thing where she made it pop. Because punk rock is a little more gritty. It's a little bit more like reduced down to like this bass sound. There's no synthesizers and you know what I mean,
Okay.
808s and kind of stuff like that. There's no. It's more garage band, and a lot of it is protest stuff. Remember Green Day?
Mm.
Green
Oh
Day.
yeah,
Remember we
Green
talked
Day.
about
Yeah.
Green Day back? You know,
Yeah.
what I mean? It's like protest kind of stuff, and
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and there's even Green Day is controversial to say because a lot of this stuff can be considered kind of pop too, right? But if you know some
Yeah.
of their like freaking B-side stuff and
Mhm.
um they did have a lot of political and like activist type of messaging and like
Mhm.
counterculture type of vibe, which is American Idiot is kind of like that, but
Yeah.
American Idiot is a protest song, but shit, the whole album, right? But it's like they really packaged it in a in a pop way
In a popish way.
that
Yeah.
that people sing along and not even realizing that they're being like controversial.
Mhm.
They don't even fucking realize it. So, you know, um, like I said, it's a good album though. It's nostalgic for me if you're a particular generation, and it
Mhm.
is it it is a refreshing of the sort.
Mhm.
Um, but you only got 8 spots in album of the year.
Yeah.
Only 8 spots.
Very competitive.
Uh, Nah, bro, you shouldn't get that nom, sis. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. It's a great work. I like it.
Mhm. Mhm.
I'm looking forward to what you're doing in the future. But
She
that
got
bit
some.
was,
She got some tiny desk performances too. She got two that I'm seeing here.
and I'm sure it's fun.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's fun.
She got one that's pretty
She
recent too.
she
One
can
that was
actually
7
sing.
days
There's a
ago.
couple of songs on there where
She can
she
actually
like
sing for real.
shows some of her like vocal range. She
Okay.
ain't, you know what I mean. She still can use some development, but like she's good. You know what I mean?
Okay.
She plays the piano, and she's a character. She
Plays
is a
guitar as well.
character.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, plays good. I mean, she's good.
Yeah.
She's an artist.
Okay.
She's good. But like album of the year though is like this whole other thing. But she could very much win it because it's this Grammy thing and this
Mm.
corporate freaking industry bullshit that
Hmm.
she's got the look, she's diverse, you know what I mean? She's got this countercultural sound that we haven't heard since like early 2000s, late 90s kind of thing, you know what I
Okay.
mean? And so she's kind of like swimming in her own little lane in the moment.
Hmm.
So she could be a dark horse. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
She could be a dark horse. We're talking about competing with Taylor Swift right now in this genre. Freaking Miley
Oh
Cyrus
yeah,
album was amazing.
that's yeah.
Freaking
She
Jean
ain't.
Baptiste is also nominated. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? Janelle Monáe is nominated. They got some heavy hitters
Oh yeah, she
up.
ain't. Yeah, that's not gonna work.
Did you forget? Get up there for
Yeah, that's
here.
not. Yeah.
What up, fam? It's Darwin, the guy that was just talking. First off, thanks for watching and supporting the show. But I gotta give y'all some homework. Your challenge, if you choose to accept it, is to interact with the show. That means 1, hitting that like button, because I know you like our stuff. 2, make sure you subscribe so we can swim our way up your timeline whenever we drop new content. The third thing, please share the channel with your friends. Maybe they'll learn a thing about a thing or two. Oh, last thing, we're over here talking about what y'all talking about. So go ahead and carry that conversation on into the comments. We be up in there too. On another note, I was on my Caribbean vibe, man. I was on my
Mm.
Haiti vibe. This weekend, vibe la oui. Nous t'es le copain, oui. Jazz la monte, oui.
Mhm.
That boy Wid. That boy Wid dropped an album. All right.
Okay. Okay.
His real name is Widler Octavius. Widler Octavius.
Oh, next ice, yeah, for sure.
Widler Octavius.
Yeah.
If you speak Creole, you know what I mean. That's
Yeah.
how that bit would go, right?
Yeah.
And it's funny because that reminds me of that Sergio joke. That Sergio
Mm.
joke where he was saying He's like, nah, when they ask me my name, I'm gonna pronounce it the way I pronounce it.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I mean? You have
facts.
to figure it out. C'est fou
Yeah.
blanc yo,
Yeah, yeah,
DJ Beck yo, puis you
yeah.
can pronounce
Mm-hmm.
Octavius. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I mean? I might not even be saying that joint right. You know, some
Mm-hmm.
a Haitian told me that I speak Creole with an English accent. I feel so.
Yo, that.
By la coupe moi. Like, oh, I was like, oh,
Yo, that's crazy. Yo, that's
there's like you can
wild,
see
bro.
there's like you can speak it, you speak the language,
Yeah.
but you have an English accent.
Yeah,
I was
that's
like, like what?
yeah,
So
but
that's what they told
that's
me.
yeah,
Anyways, you know, so
that
we'll
one
there
stings.
Octavius,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, the dude is, you know, he's a young cat. He's a young cat, born 1989. I don't know why he does this, but when he does interviews, that's how he tells. They ask him his age. He says his year. He said, "Yeah, I'm born 1989. You know, you could do the math on that one. 1989, but you know, he's like tout le temps,
That's annoying. Why are you doing
why you keep
that?
doing that, dude? Just like he does it every time, dog. Like it might have been a joke or two, you know, first couple of times, but like
Yeah,
you ain't hiding nothing, bro.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you tell that we know we've seen your career. Like
Mm-hmm.
really, he was part of Zenglen, right? And so
Oh,
like
okay, okay, okay.
he's this young dude, and he's this young dude, like bro, Zenglen, like they have these gum ones dressed up
Yeah.
with their freaking ties. This dude got the freaking FUBU gear on,
Yeah.
looking like L Cool J. Why these motherfuckers got their little band draws on?
That's crazy. Yeah,
It's
that
like,
yeah.
bro, we know who you
Yeah.
are. You
We
can't
know who you
hide.
are, bro.
What
Yeah.
you say? You're 34 years old. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
MP, that's it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
His name is Widler Octavius. Wid apil nan nou konen li.
Yeah,
Konen
this
li
dude
genye
trying to pronounce that
nouveau
joint in
album li ki
English.
sorti.
He really trying to pronounce it.
Boy.
Yeah.
I spent a couple hours with him, so I get to know him on a different level. His lifestyle, his style, as he's a superstar, but also most important thing about it, his personality. Welcome to the world of Wid.
So he's doing
taking you behind
promotion
the scenes. Let's go.
for the new album.
Oh my gosh, is that why you wanted me to show it?
You know what
Oh
I mean?
my
So
gosh.
your man's is, you know what I mean? He
I
got
don't
what
want
he
to watch
work
this
out there.
anymore.
You know, and so you know you gotta go to the spot. Of course, you Haitian, and you gotta be like promote some stuff. That's why you got a studio. Come through.
Par contre, comment ça va passer?
Ok.
Parce que j'ai toujours posé une série de questions dans l'interview, ça que peut-être pas t'arriver avec toi sensible, mais j'espère que tout va passer bien, que nous avons une belle interview. So,
How
j'étais
old
blanchi
are
pour
you?
regarder comment va dérouler. Ok?
He look about that age. He look around that age, yeah. He like you mid-30s.
Question difficile, pas quatre questions intimes. Bon, en tout cas, ma plaisir, nous allons regarder ça qu'on va le faire, so, j'espère que tout va passer bien, ok?
Yeah, you see the campus, bro. You know what I'm saying? You see the campus. You see what
Oh
we're
my
doing?
gosh, that's why.
In
Mm-hmm.
the studio. Yo, they got a freaking a whole damn Haitian channel at FIU.
Yeah, that's fire. That's fire.
This
Though. I ain't gonna
video.
lie. That's fire. FIU, man. FIU done turned up, man, since
All
for,
the way up.
yeah, but the past 10, 20 years for sure.
Ça, donc,
And they
Past
give it
years.
to their community that's
Yeah.
like
ma petite,
there's a bunch of Hispanics and a bunch of Haitians.
Yeah.
on a pas joué nos bagages.
I mean, it is an international university. Like they really tailor towards that.
Ki
so
dem
I
ap tande kole li men,
understand.
vin kon kole
Connaissons
ap
l'autre
yen,
bagage, connaissez dans ma projet, ma
ki ap
chérie.
tande kole san rete.
I really feel that Zenglen is it's almost like an incubator. That because like Whitler ain't Whit ain't the only one that came out of there.
Mhm.
You know, like it's always like I feel like it's like B2K or some shit. You know, like in B2K that's the pop K-pop
They
joint?
were no BC. They were an R&B. Well, R&B
B2K,
pop.
what's the name of the pop? K-pop.
Well, K-pop's Korean pop though.
That's not B2K.
No, no, no.
Oh,
K-pop.
B2K was a band. Was
Yeah,
that
they were
Black
a band. Yeah, they were a black band.
No, who was in
but
that
they were,
joint? Was that Omarion? Was he in that?
Yeah, Mario was in that.
Okay.
Omarion, yeah.
Omarion and them. Okay, not that.
Yeah.
I'm talking about K-pop. Because like in
Yeah,
some of these
K-pop, yeah.
K-pop groups,
Mhm.
what happens is like they get older and then like they age out and then somebody replaces them. And so like if you look like
That's about
within,
right.
like the next 7 years,
Mhm.
like the band name is still the same,
Yeah.
all the pieces are mad different now,
Mhm.
you know? And so like with Zenglen, it's like, yo, this band, quote unquote, this production company
Mhm.
group has been going on forever,
Yeah,
but people
Zenglen has been going
coming
on
in
forever. Yeah, that's a fact.
and people leaving the group. It's like it's
Yeah.
not even the same. Like it's so many different people that just coming out of it. So it's almost like an incubator. It should probably embrace that shit
Yeah.
and just be
Yeah.
like, yo, this is a brand. You know what I mean? And then like just everybody, performs under this for some time. You do your
Mhm.
time, like an internship kind of thing. You're
Mhm.
incubated. You find somebody that's popping,
Mhm.
and then you could, sign, them a deal to go do their own thing, to go solo.
Yeah.
Wid, bro, this dude's story to go solo was not a nice ride. I'm saying Zengler should lean into this. Clearly, things ain't been going all right over there because this dude had to escape to Florida.
Mm.
He didn't tell nobody in the
Mm.
band when he went to Florida,
Mhm.
like because they travel back and forth kind of thing.
Yep. Yep.
Do performances and stuff like that. But when he wanted to move to Florida to be done with it,
Mhm.
he didn't even tell him he wasn't coming back.
Mm.
He set up his situation, moved there, and never went back to Haiti. And they were like,
Mm.
yo, my G, you're like, oh no, I ain't coming. I'm done. I'm done over there. He
Mm.
had to kind of escape. He was saying how like I saw in the interview, he was saying how like it's almost kind of like blood in, blood out a little bit.
Oh.
A
Okay.
little
Okay.
bit. It's like
Okay.
it's kind of like he's like,
Mm.
even if it ain't like physical, which it can be, he kind of
Yeah.
insinuated that it can be.
Mhm.
There's certain things that in certain sabotage that can happen, you know, coincidental, like, you know what I
Mm.
mean?
Mhm.
So he had to like,
Mm.
I'm out of there and I'm safe,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, until nobody. And then now I could like, you know what I mean, so he had to do that, establish himself for a little bit, and now he can freely go back and forth. But like,
Mm.
bro, it was like, was it that serious? That was freaking kind
That's
of
pretty
crazy.
bad. Yeah.
Um, so right now he's putting this music out under Biggie Records. It's just the name of the, just like I guess the maestro or
This
whatever.
company. Yeah.
Yeah, but
So-
like it's not there's nothing to do with Biggie Smalls or anything like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Sure. Sure.
But yeah, this album, damn, I didn't even say, did I say the name of the album? It's Starboy. I said that,
Starboy.
right?
Yeah. You said
I
Starboy
said
earlier. Yeah.
Starboy. So the album again leans into this thing that I've been fucking with recently. I've been telling y'all about this
Mhm.
Afro-Caribbean pop. Afro-Caribbean pop. And
Yeah. It's becoming a thing.
we need to normalize these Haitian artists that are doing it.
Yeah.
Because, bro, we really don't know what they be talking about in Afrobeats, though. Stop it. Stop. Y'all do not know what they be saying. Stop. That
Yeah.
shit goes. It's lit. It's lit.
Unless you obviously from there, right? Like unless you know, because
Unless you the few people that's from there, just like the few people that's from Haiti.
Yeah, they're talking pidgin language. That's what you hear in the Afro.
Okay, and they're talking about the different dialects, even from the different
Yeah.
countries.
Yeah, yeah, because
Some of these countries
they'll
have-
mix in
some of these countries have 60
Swahili.
languages
They'll
in
mix
one
in
country.
Yeah, they'll mix in depending on the artist. They'll
But
mix
guess what?
in.
But guess what?
Yeah,
Afrobeats
Igbo and all that. Yep.
is the number one
language.
fucking genre in the world right now.
Mm.
In the world, and we don't know what the hell they be talking about.
That sound, man.
Why
That
Haitian
sound.
music? Haitian music got the sound.
Haitian music definitely got the sound.
Haitian music got the sound.
Mhm.
So it's something we need to do with the culture, man, to get like our shit in front of people and stuff like and get our shit out into the world. I love the way that they the Afro-Caribbean fusion, not the Afro-Caribbean, the Afro Latino fusion, that happens in some of these songs, you know what I mean? From Haitian to some of these different Southern American countries, even with the Dominican Republic with the bachata and all that.
Yeah.
So just as much as Afrobeats, if Afrobeats, I told you, okay, Jingle Jangle is a black movie, it can do numbers. Just give it a good, proper production, give it the proper staff. The same thing we did with Afrobeats, right? We put the music behind it, we put the production behind it, and they doing numbers. Haitian music could be the same.
I think two things that I can think of right now immediately why it isn't the case is because even though we have the sound, with the Afro beats, like I mentioned before, it's more of a pidgin language. They mix in a little bit of English in there, but depending on where you're
You
from,
got
like you
niggas
mentioned,
in Ireland,
but you have,
you know what I mean?
yeah. So it's a bit more I don't know. It kind of
People in
seems like a
Ireland
bit.
going tie break fast.
Yeah, right, exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Ireland.
So it might be even a little bit easier for folks to even like kind of like start to understand it because it's still some English in there. But like with compa, it's all it's Creole. I mean,
No,
they'll say
dog, but
they'll say
not
they'll say
that.
some
But
English.
like these younger
No, but hold
generation
on,
dudes.
but let me explain. So it's I think it's that, but it's also like the American narrative of the Haitian people. I think that's the largest reason why it's not as big as like Afrobeats would be. But no, but we're seeing this fusion now with Afrobeats and compas. So we'll see how it goes. But go ahead.
But yeah, it's a dope album, and I think it's a it's it's so great for. So this is his first album solo, you know,
Mhm.
and like it's not that his music back then wasn't good with the group, you know, it's still good
Mhm.
stuff, you know,
Mhm.
but this is different generational
Yeah.
kind of stuff that he was able to now like venture a little bit more into,
Mhm.
and he he dedicates the album to his brother. His brother died. His younger
Mhm.
brother. His name was Christopher. And um he never for himself, I don't think he mentions how he doesn't imagine how this would have been his life. But even though he felt like he wanted to do music forever, but
Mhm.
definitely his little brother wanted to do this, wanted to be known.
Mhm.
Definitely, sure, right? And this is a young kid, 8 years old. Like he just the imagination of a child at this point, right? And so he dedicated the album to him. So it's kind of like his brother kind of still gets to live through, you know what
The
I mean?
music, yeah.
Through the music, especially for the music to be doing well. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? To have that inspiration from that source, and it sucks because he couldn't. This was part of that whole thing where his papier, you know, his papers wasn't all
Mhm.
the way there. He just came to the States, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
he's like, he's getting these phone calls talking about, you know, hey, the brother's not doing well, you know what I mean? But you know, he can't tell his little brother that he's a little kid, and it's like, he's like, you're gonna be fine. I'm gonna come see you. I'm gonna do this, and like, he know he couldn't go, so
Yeah.
he couldn't be there.
Yeah.
His brother died. He couldn't be there. You know
Mm.
what I mean? In Haiti, and he died young too. You
Unfortunate.
know,
Yeah. Mm.
and so you know, you can kind of see the emotion for that in the last song on the on the album called Adieu.
Mm.
And apparently he didn't even it's not something he wrote down. You know, most of the stuff he you know, he write it out. He's got his rhyme book and all that. And
Mm.
but for this one, it was like he just heard like a melody or something like that. So, and like they just put a microphone in front of him and let him go. And like it's a very he's, you know, I don't know, man. If you got a concert or something like that, like you might not want to play that one, you know,
Yeah.
just because it's
Yeah.
like it really brings down the vibe. You know what I mean? It's a
Mm.
great song though. It's a
Mm.
great song. It's an emotional song, but it kind of brings the vibe down. So like, you probably not playing it in the show, but like if you're at home listening to it, you know what I mean? Turn it up.
Mhm.
Turn it up.
L'avais choisi enlevé. Parle-moi de